the NETP program is Naval Environmental Training Program. So we take students that have finished EMQ, and this is their first introduction to the naval environment before they go to ship. Typically right now, students are waiting between 3 weeks and 3 months to get on course, depending on when their trades training is when they come to the fleet. The training itself is only 19 days long, and it's broken into 4 modulars, so the students do those 4 mods over the 19 days, and then they get to go to sea. So today they're actually doing sea survival. So we're going over the life-saving equipment that we carry on board. So every sailor has a SAS suit and a PFD, and we use the HDLJs when we're doing hazardous work on the upper decks. And the purpose of today is to introduce them to the equipment and to be able to trust the equipment if they have to use it in real life. They know that the equipment is actually going to work for them. There's 3 types of equipment that they're introduced to outside of the life raft. So the first one is the SAS suit. It's the big orange suit. That's a ship's abandonment suit. That's to prevent cold water shock upon entry. What they're donning on top of those are the personal flotation devices, or PFDs. So we carry those on our survival belts. So we'll have a SAS suit and our PFD on us, along with our flash gear on board. So it's just a flotation device that will right us in the water. And the third item that they're using is the hazardous duty life jacket. And that's the one that you see most people in. They have a black kind of yoke thing on them. So we use that when we're working on the upper decks or anytime over the water in the boats. This is actually a 2-day mod in the course. So they would have learned in the classroom all of the technical data for this equipment, how to don it, how to wear it properly, what it's used for. They also are introduced to hypothermia and how to combat it, because working on the Atlantic Ocean and in the Arctic, that's kind of a big concern of ours. So they learn about it in theory, and then today is our practical portion in the pool. So they're going to finish off this phase doing the practical portion, and then tomorrow they're actually done. The big point today is to be familiar with the gear they're putting on and know how to don it properly, because it is life-saving equipment, and also to be able to trust the equipment so if they do find themselves in the water, that they know that the equipment is going to keep them afloat and help them survive. So this training is conducted every 5 years, so it's not a one and done. So once they hit the fleet, they'll come back every 5 years for a refresher training in this.
I saw that when someone was lagging behind, they all decided to do a chain. Is that something that you had shared? Is that something that happened out of the blue? Is that?
It's not very typical to see that. This particular course is actually very close. So they saw somebody lagging behind, and in the spirit of military camaraderie, they decided to help them out. But the hook and toe method that they were demonstrating, I did mention that they can create a chain as long as need be, because if you're floating in the ocean, you don't want people to float away. So they decided to implement that little bit of knowledge at the end of their training.
I love that.